So I'll see who comes in. This is a bit early, but yeah, I just got inspired to talk. Oh God, I'm still shiny. Oh, I think I need to go and block my shininess down. It's so shiny. I think I will while I'm just waiting. I'm so shiny. So shiny. Ooh, top of the morning to you. Hi. I guess some would say this is a bit of a touchy subject, but I mean, I don't think it is. It's just an agenda that's being put out. Oi, oi, where we go on, we go. I don't know how this is going to come out. I'm probably going to butcher this, but I will send you to the brilliant lady, which I will tell you about in this chat, to go and check her channel out, see what you think. If you resonate, you resonate. But I resonate very high with it because, hi, Tapper77. The thing is, like I said, you don't need to know about Q to know what's going on, but it still all adds up. We know there's agendas in every movement going around this plane, yeah? Every movement going, sorry to say, it's going to trigger some people. You've got transgender movement, you know, feminists, I call them feminazis. You've got the Black Lives Matter. All of them have got an agenda deep underneath it. So people will think they're on whatever movement there is, and there'll be something, you know, lurking, you know, a bit smelling a bit like Soros or Rothschilds or something, you know, funding these movements or even funding these people. So some of these people, hi, 007, it's 007's fault I've come on here, sent me this lovely lady who's got some, you know, shit to say and says it like proper. I'm just going to let this come out the way it comes out, you know what I'm like. Well, Kellyanne is very good, just like you. I love Kellyanne. Do you mean Kellyanne Hub News? Do you mean Kellyanne Hub News, who I was on ages ago? I don't mean on the show, but yeah, knew of ages ago. But I'm sort of not going to look at chat because yeah, she's brilliant. I'll get a bit distracted. Yeah, Kellyanne Hub News was doing the JFK Junior stuff when I was doing it last year or year before, I don't know. But she goes in depth, you know what I mean? So she's a good researcher. But getting back to the subject, I sort of won't look at chat a minute because I'll get a bit distracted. Is people today, I've said this before, are wet behind the ears. They don't want to listen to things. They don't want to hear anything that seems bad because we've got to wrap ourselves up in cotton wool today and nobody's allowed to say anything because it hurts my feelings. Yeah, so you can't say anything about anything because free speech is hate speech. How dare you? You are a very hateful person. And I'm sure I'm going to get some comments like that because these people are blindfolded, blinded, programmed, and brainwashed. Fact, but they will cry about it. So, you know, they will cry about it. This one we need to really talk about, even though it probably gets censored, you know, because it's one of them. But males and females. I mean, it is a bit of a male and female war still. Women are still being suppressed still, but they've gone about it a different way. But it's not just about the suppression of women, it's vice versa as well, because women are turning into men and men are turning into women. And the whole point of it all is, hi Alison, is to fuck us all over. So when you do certain things, especially when you're cutting things off and adding things and you can't go back after, we're all fucked up. Down there and up here, because the war is in, be aware we might be being watched by the Q team. Well, the whole thing is basically, is a mind fuck war. We're in a mind fuck war. Yeah, it is a spiritual war. People think we're not. World War III. World War III. We're in. We're in it right now. It's a spiritual war, and it's a game of the mind. So I'm just coming out this the way it's coming out. Probably go off subject now, but hey ho, whatever. And that's what it's all about, because they are trying to fuck us over. Yes, I'm swearing to the people who are going to cry and say you've cursed. Oh well, I'm a real person. Just like this woman who I watched who's just brilliant. So we're going to say it like it is. And the ones that come in to comment and cry are the ones who are a little bit blinded to what is actually going on beyond the old tip of the iceberg there. So let me get into this. So it's only going to be a little chat, she says. And it is about the whole transgender thing, you know, because it's quite trendy right now. You're right there, Dolly. The demons have been, they've been unleashed, you know, for a long time. But it's a war on our minds. Now, if you've noticed, hi, the older MSM, the older celebrities, the old TV brainwashing, televising visions, the whole social media platforms, you know, that we're all on, even on here, even on Instagram, Google, everything. They put the trends out now. Why did they put the trends out? They put the trends out to the sheeple. So the sheeple think it's all trendy. And oh, it's trendy. So this is what's going on in the world right now. So we might as well get on it and be trendy as well. That's you consenting to what their agenda is behind that hidden thing. So, for instance, the whole thing with the transgender, let's talk about it. I know people who are transgender. I know people who've come in my chat. They haven't got a problem with me saying this. They don't like what's being pushed, especially on our young children, younger and younger, in nurseries, going on about schooling, which when you see this lovely woman's channel, go over, check her videos out, support her, 17 in the house. Thank you. You'll understand the way they're pushing communal toilets, or whatever you call it, like toilets where the transgenders can go. Certain things that have been pushed in Scotland where lads are allowed to wear skirts now. Things were coming out in nurseries, nursery schools for young kids the same age as my Finn, to ask your child what gender they are. My son is a boy, is a boy. At 3 years old, I could fill him with a load of shit in his head if I wanted to. Oh, but mainstream media do a good job of that. And if I let him watch certain programs where they're bringing in what they're bringing into nurseries and schools, drag queens reading drag stories at nurseries and schools, making it trendy, so kids get a little bit confused with what they are, you know. And then they plaster it everywhere. They plaster it everywhere, and kids think it's trendy. Then they bring the films out on TV and Netflix. I can't remember what these things are called. It's not that I follow this movement a lot. I just know about it. Q does talk about it, because we all know about Michelle Obama, Big Mike, you know. When Trump said, "I'll never forgive him," he wasn't actually talking about Obama. He was talking about Big Mike depleted the military. Big Mike. We've all seen his schlong in his dress. And people will say, oh, that's just being nasty. No, the whole thing is, anyway, why are you hiding the fact anyway? Why are you lying? Why are you not coming out of it then? But the whole thing is, they want children, young children, to be messed up in their head. So basically, right, it's hail spike, it's raining. Messed up in, it's just raining on my conservatory and it's dead loud. Messed up in the head. So, I mean, if we're all messed up in the head and down there, we don't know what we really are, and then we're doing things because we thought it was trendy at the time. Remember, trends are just trends for a time. It's like makeup with girls, what they wear now. It goes out of fashion. So when that goes out of fashion and they're feeling that they're not feeling like a woman anymore, or vice versa, or whatever it is, on all sides, you can't really do anything about it if you've gone and chopped something off. Let's say if it's a man, man to woman. You can't really do anything then like Bruce Jenner. Yeah. It's pushed. You can't do anything then. So if you can't do anything and you want to go back, how are you going to reproduce a child? How are you going to reproduce children? They don't want us reproducing, the elites, the Illuminati, the Lumadonkey, whatever you want to call them, because they have many names. What happens? Thumbs up in the house, please. What happens? Hi, Milo. You know, what happens then? So you got these feminazis, as I like to call them, because this woman said she was on the left, now she's on the right, basically, is right or wrong. Yeah, it's the yeah, thank you. It's a global plan to reduce. Q knows about this. So yeah, trending. So the sheeple like to follow the trends because it's trendy and we all want to look like we're in fashion with everything. F that. Trends don't bother me. But that's what it's all about in a nutshell, really. So here's in that sense of how it goes about suppressing women again. Suppressing the women again is we've always been suppressed. So this woman's talking. I will send you over to this channel, and if you resonate, give us some support. She said something about a woman, a girl. Say for example, it's on the channel. A girl in a toilet, no safe house. Oh, yeah, a girl goes to the toilet. Sorry, guys. Girl goes to the toilet with a sanitary towel. Yeah, she wants to go and change. So she's at school. She has to get a little thing out. She has to go to the toilets. But the transgender man, because it is a man, wants to go to use that toilet too. Wants to use that toilet too. But that girl feels a bit, feels a bit uncomfortable because really she knows it's a guy and, but they're allowed to go in the toilets. But when asked the question, well, she feels uncomfortable, the person said, well, if she feels uncomfortable, we'll give her somewhere else to go. Hang on a minute. Hang on. It says women's toilets. She's a woman, full woman, by the way. But she has to go somewhere. So let's shove the real women out of the way because they have to go somewhere else because she feels uncomfortable. How about making transgender toilets then for those transgenders to go in? Why do they have to come into those toilets? Or then they can go into children's toilets as well where mothers go. Does anyone get what I'm saying? It's like, hello, is anyone awake? Do you understand what I'm saying? Why have we got to be thrown there? Why have we got to move and be suppressed again? But the feminazis, hi Jennifer, the feminazis, because there's feminists who think they're feminists, but they're not. Some of them I feel sorry for, they don't understand what part of it, there's an agenda being pushed. So they're part of it, but then there's a lot of women in it who are a part of it and are paid and are a part of this whole movement to downtrodden us again. Let's go into women's sports. I'm sorry, I'm not into it. Someone was just saying, I've not looked into it a lot, but I'm not into that because I know what's happening. Many agendas everywhere. Hi, everybody who's just come in. I'm not really in chat because it'll take me off what I'm talking about. Someone got WCW wrestling thing, women's wrestling, but there was a transgender in it. But he really smashed this girl's head in. Well, he would because men are physically stronger. Yes, I know they're strong women, but they're physically stronger. Do you know what I'm saying? When children, this was on TV as well, for example, there was boys and girls and they were under puberty, say they were about 8 years old, I don't know, they had to hit one of them things you get at a fairground, where you hit it with a big you hit it with a big hammer and it dings the bell. Now they said to the kids, who do you think will hit it well? And the boys were like, we will. But actually it was the girls at that age. The girls actually were stronger. But there's a time when puberty hits when those boys will be stronger than the girls. It's just a fact. It's just the way it is. Yeah. So when you're getting people in transgender who saying the women, because they've got less testosterone or whatever you call it, but they are physically stronger, go in those arenas and do that, they're winning over the real women. I'm sorry to say that. I don't know how to say it. It's not right. So we're being suppressed again. They're taking over again. You know what I'm saying? They're taking over again. Sorry, I've got red under my eye. I've had this big sore under my eye for, I think it's lack of sleep. But like Hugh says, those who know don't sleep. So it's just ridiculous. Oh, don't worry, Tapper 77. We will be catching up. I might be on tonight. I don't know. I might be just feeling a bit on one as well. But I don't, well, I can't say I don't understand why the people don't know. The sheeple are called the sheeple for a reason. The sheep, they follow the trends. They're blindfolded. They are brainwashed, you know, to the globalist lies. They can't see because they follow the trends and believe absolutely everything that is all over Instagram, everywhere, social media, for a fact. Yeah, I've been red-eyed. Yeah. I've got to stop rubbing it. That's what I've got to stop doing. Yeah. So they look at, you know, for instance, Instagram, and they'll see the feminazis, as I like to call them, going, oh, yeah, and all this, and you've got to be. And then I'll get stupid comments. I'm sure I will. Like, I've said something before, and someone said, oh, so you're against gay people as well? I'm like, no. If you're gay, you're gay. Fanfare Rihanna. I don't really care what you are. You live your own life. But when you're trying to bring, even Putin has said this. Putin said this about Elton John, yeah? And this is how I'd say it as well. We don't care what you are, how you want to live your life. Stop pushing it on the children. Stop putting your beliefs on the children younger and younger. You want to be what you want to be. Go and do it. Stop trying to bring it into legalization in schools and different things that they are trying to bring in, because you can go and check it on this lady's channel of different things they wanted to bring in. Like I just said, at my son's age 3, 4, whatever, in nurseries, what gender is your child? They can choose what gender they are. He'd choose any gender I told him to. He hasn't got the capability in his brain to know about that, you know. And people go on about, oh, there's 50 odd genders. No, there isn't. There's 2. If these people who are transgender go and buy clothing, what are they buying? They're either buying male or female, fact. Yeah. So I'm just, you know, I'm sure I'll get some shitty comments about this, but I really don't care, because people really need to wake up. Just like Putin said, it's not what you're doing, it's the agenda being pushed on our children, younger and younger, to have a mind fuck with them. They don't tell you about all the people who've gone and had operations and then realised it's not what they really wanted. They felt sort of pushed into it because they're brainwashed. You know, they weren't ready. They're not ready at a younger age to do that. You can't put something on younger ages. They're not capable. It's like, well, let them get to a certain age and then they can decide for themselves. Don't start trying to go for our kids younger and younger, because that's what they're doing now. Near enough at birth rate of what we're going to say they are. Just like the royal said, our baby's going to be, you know, what did they say? Gender neutral or whatever it is. They're putting it out there. We know what the royals are. We know what you are. We know the agenda you push, but everyone sits there lapping it all up. I haven't got a problem with gay people or people who, you know, say they're trapped in the body in the world, but you don't need to be advertising it in people's faces. You do not need to be advertising it in our children's faces, do you? Because way back, it was transsexual. It wasn't pushed in our faces like it is today. I got asked to go to Gay Pride with my son. I've been to Gay Pride before in the past, but I said, no, I'm not taking my child where there's people dressed with, not all of them, you know, I've enjoyed Gay Pride before, but opening my eyes to stuff that's been going on and different agendas under, you know, different movements. I'm not taking my 3-year-old son to go and watch men in the street with the butts hanging out and all that. It doesn't need to see that. It's being pushed, and it's being pushed for a reason, and people need to wake up. So anyone who comes in with shite ass comments after of stupid comments, I'm not interested. You need your eyes opening. I'm not saying I'm against those people. I'm against the movement and the agenda, what's behind it with our children, fact, because that's what it's all about. That's what child abuse, that's what Q talks about. They stepped over the line, the red line, when they went for our kids, and they're going for our kids in every way possible. When I was younger, I didn't have all this shit put in my face about, oh, what do you want to be? I wasn't thinking about that. I was thinking about climbing trees, going out with my mates, going to the park, catching butterflies and looking for caterpillars and faffing about like you should be doing out in nature. But no, they want your kids on social media, looking at all the shit that they're pumping out and all the trends. Now, we know this is true. Yeah, inverted madness, because when you go on stuff like all these trends that they put out on Facebook, they used to put out for like kids battering each other. So they go around with a phone thinking it's good, going battering, kids burning each other, all these stupid trends. And all the kids follow, they know they do. It's a Pied Piper and his bleeding pipe with all the rats. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, leave our kids alone. Do you remember that song? Leave our kids alone. Hey, teachers, Leave our kids alone. There's a lot of teachers leaving the teaching profession because they're seeing what's coming in and they don't want to be a part of it. There's still a lot of them who are asleep, but I'm just saying, they know that's not how it was done back in the day. New World Order shit though, innit? Which is going down, you know, but I'm just saying. So what you all think in chat? I'm not going against people because some people who've been mind messed with will think that because they're not truly listening to what I'm saying. And I will just give you the lovely lady's channel that was talking about all this stuff. She's a proper feminist, not a feminazi that are actually going against women. They don't, some of them don't realise, but like I said, some of them are shills, some of them are paid. So, you know, she is. And this is what caught my eye. Cognitive dissonance, gaslighting and fuckwits. Well, I say fuckwits as well. She's called Posy Parker. I'm just going to show you her right now. Brilliant channel.
A dick belongs in a woman's fucking space. Anyway, so I'm beginning to get irate, so I apologise, and I probably am dancing all over the place with what happened this afternoon.
She's so funny.
But I did try and...
She's so good.
Girls should be well, and gender harms everyone, and just goes on about this stuff, and so I just said, you know, it's very real and present, the danger for girls at the moment in schools, girls not identifying as girls, but actual girls, that they will be sexually harassed, sexually assaulted, raped, and so on in schools. How do you square that with the fact that you're talking about gender stereotypes and gender is feel safe with that ridiculous idea that a dick belongs in a woman?
Yeah, anyway, she does, you know, say some words on there. But like I said, people need to stop being wet behind their ears when they're hearing swear words or hearing the truth and crying about stuff. So she's called Posy Parker. That was entitled, I think this was last year, Cognitive Dissonance, because a lot of people have got that right now, gaslighting and fuckwits, because these people are fuckwits that don't understand what's going on, even with their own kids. So, like I said, they were putting a film out on Netflix and they put some programs on TV. Obviously, I don't watch TV, so I don't know what it's called, where they're trying to change the children into little drag queens because it's trending, and all the parents are like, oh, I want my child to be a drag queen too because it's all trendy. Let's mess with their heads and put makeup on them. You know, just saying, it doesn't need to be messed with at that age. Fact. Like it or lump it, it's a fact. So, yeah, I'm just a bit riled up. Yeah, a bit riled up. Bit riled up in a good way though. She's brilliant. Says it is. Like she said, say it is. I just say it to him. She goes to like conventions and or meetings where they talk about it. And she just goes, I'm not having it. I'm not having it. You know, fuckwits. Blah, 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 blah. She just says it is. She went, I'm not having these people lying because we know, you know, globalist deniers. That's what we are. We know about their lies. We know about it. So just saying. So the plan is, Dolly Daydream, is if they are old enough to choose their gender, they are old enough to consent to sex. That's the push. Yeah, but they're not old enough, are they, at 3 years old? They want to, the consent is when you take no notice of it and people just go, oh, it's trendy, because that's what they say. That's the consent. And then it's all to do with paedophilia and everything. They don't know that. Some people on that, you know, I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not against those people, but that's what they do. Yeah, Whole Foods is now pairing up with drag queens. Well, says it all, doesn't it? Because it's all going mad. Yeah, 1000%. Exactly. So your consent is when you just go, it's really trendy. Ooh. That's your consent. As we know, if you know about the law of one and things beyond the veil, they put it out in films, like I said before. They put the truth out there and then everyone goes, well, it's not real, so, you know, it doesn't really matter. But it actually is, but that's your consent because you're not bothered about it. Humanity as a whole has a fog over the eye. God, yeah, we all do it at first. That's why we are born not understanding who, well, exactly. But it's like I said yesterday, it doesn't need to be the whole of this realm to be woken up, because they are going to see what it is and the rest will follow because they'll have to. They will see the lies, but she's really good. I just wanted to give her a shout out. She's really good. She says it like it is. I like women and I like men who stand up, like there are a lot are, who's standing up and they talk the truth and they talk the way they talk, not the way they've been programmed to talk. Like, come on, I get mad sometimes, I get triggered, I swear, I do whatever, but that's just me. Who say, oh, you're like passive aggressive. I'm like, I'm not going to sit there. That's why I come and talk about certain stuff and all stuff, even if some of it sounds batshit crazy, because I'm not going to do it. You know, deep down it's wrong, but people sit there go, well, I'm not going to say anything because we've been taught like that. Oh, don't offend anybody. Don't upset the snowflakes because they might cry. They like to cry a lot, the snowflakes. They do. Free speech is hate speech. How dare you speak out about certain communities? We're going to cry now. Well, you're going to have to go and cry. Pull your big knickers up then and get a grip and start looking into what's really going on. Take your stupid pink pussy hat off your head because it isn't what you think it is. That is not the real feminists. Feminists did a good job years and years back, and then something came in under the radar, which is what's going on now. People need to wake up and smell the kaffifi. Yeah, so that, hey, Roxanne's in the house. And this is why Roxanne, the globalist denier, has always called herself the globalist denier. Not all just to do the flat earth thing, it's against their lies. This shit, the lies. Lies by the globalists. Just finished, we'll have to speak to you after about that woman if you're ready in a bit. But I just wanted to come on and say that. It's not me getting at that group, me getting at gays, and nothing to do with that. I've just said, so, you know, for the footwits that coming after, it's nothing to do with that. You can be what you want to be. It's when you're pushing it in kids' faces younger and younger, and it's gone down. Thank you, Christopher. It's gone down younger and younger, younger and younger. The whole thing why they've, I'm sorry, people don't like this. The whole reason why they're trying to lock Tommy Robinson up, it's about paedophilia, basically. If you're consenting to that's all right for people to be in certain toilets, this, that, and the other, this, that, and the other, you're asking kids at school. It's abuse. Then the school's complying with paedophilia. My son doesn't need to know nothing. At his age, at the minute, all he needs to know is he needs to be going out playing, doing the things you did as kids, running about, you know, going to the park, playing with whatever he plays with, digging around in the dirt, all that stuff us lot did from our generations, you know, way back. Not necessarily the newer generations, because they're not doing that. They want to stay in on the phones and on the computers. Like I have a problem with my eldest with that. They don't do what we did. So they're constantly brainwashed with mainstream media. And we know this is a fact because kids just walk down the street like this. This is it. Looking at all the trends and wanting to be trendy because they don't know who they truly are. They don't have their power. Thank you, James. They don't know their true power, so they have to look for something outside their self on the social media to make themselves feel the part of this generation, you know, and the certain trends that are going out, and that's what it is. Because when you know yourself, that falls away. I'm not into trends anymore. I'm not bothered. I'm just like, whatever I know myself, you know. I know I don't need all this stuff to make me feel better about myself, because I've learned to love myself, and that's not in a big-headed way. I've learned to love me. I'm not looking to somebody else. I'm not looking at silly celebrities, because the celebrities push it big style. Stupid kids on YouTube that parents are pushing. It's not even the kids, the parents are pushing it because they think it's trendy and they're not part of it. And the only way they can do it is do it through their kids. They are harming their kids. It is, I don't care what anyone says, it's a form of child abuse. It's a form of child abuse. Yeah, I was in wellies and sticks, smashing windows, riding motorbike. Exactly. All that stuff we did out there in the dirt. When I was younger, I lived down south in the army. I was running around forests. You didn't even think of stranger danger then. Jumping in ants' nests. I don't know why. We had a swamp near us. We were catching grass snakes. We were always wanting to get out in nature, running around with your friends, knocking on. They don't do that today. It's like knocking on for your friends. You didn't have a phone, so you went and knocked on from everyone knew where everyone hung out, and you went and hung out until it was tea time. You were hardly ever in the house, and all the kids looked after all the little kids, and they all hung around, and that's how it was. And then way back before that, obviously in your grandma's generation, they all looked after the kids on the street. People didn't even lock the doors, but you have to these days because there's an agenda, you know. Talk about Trump building the wall. I don't even think it's just a wall down here. I think there's one somewhere beyond the veil as well. Do you know what I'm saying? It's like people, sheeple. You don't have to wake up. It's coming whether you like it or not. And this is where I said people are going to see what they stood for, and they're going to be like, oh, cognitive dissonance. The brains are going to start going, oh, God. Spot on. The world is going on full. Things are accelerating. They're accelerating very fast. And I can talk about beyond the veil as well. It's accelerating beyond the veil so much. I was watching someone else today. I know some people aren't into the Palladium thing, but I am. It is actually on the Q map. But there's things beyond this reality that are speeding up as well, and it's helping us speed up the awakening. It's a guidance, by the way, because all that stuff is we the people are getting help and guidance from other places, but we the people have got to do this. It's not for a savior, blah, blah, blah. We've got to do it. We've got to wake up to it to save ourselves, you know. Just saying. Resonate with it or don't, that's fine. We were taught to trust technology. Yeah. Pull your children out and teach them to look. But I think there's a lot coming where it's going to crash down and people are going to see what it is anyway. So they're going to choose not to do it as much as. So I don't know. I don't think we always won't have it, but there's too much of it. It's not in balance. Like I've said before, the whole thing is about balance. See, I use Facebook because I post everything on there about Q and Trump and everything, and it pisses people off. But I was probably censored as well. But who cares? I keep putting it out there, and I will show you something for Flat Earth people that someone put up today, and I thought, oh my God, Flat Earth Society. Well, we know what they are. So I've been watching. Some of you will know this channel. I know you will. Cosmic Agency, really good. Also, Posey Parker, the woman's channel, I'd like you to go and check out Posey Parker. She put one up about schools trans guidance. I'm just going to read some comments to see what people have been thinking. Excellent, Posey. Made my feelings very clear with school yesterday. I was continuously interrupted, but didn't stand for it. We've not got a stand for it. We've not got consent. Excellent, bravo. Because it was saying, do you have to pretend that babies are assigned a gender at their birth? Have you had to go along with gender neutral toilets, even though you know many pupils, especially girls, find them uncomfortable? This is the thing, as a woman, as a young girl at school, I don't care what anyone's saying, I would still find that uncomfortable. So just saying, please go and check out and go through some of her videos on Posey Parker. Posey Parker. Don't know if this is going to be... Please go and check it out. Yes, what you're saying in chat, sorry. Just going off on one. Boys have a willies and girls have a fanny. Exactly. You can't get away from it, you know. XX or XY, whatever you call it. But will appear as our space brothers. There is a spiritual battle, yes, there is going on at some stage. Fallen angels will appear on Earth. Well, the whole thing of that, which I have talked about, consider the... Yeah, the pantomime dame, exactly. The whole thing of beyond the veil stuff, some people are not into when I start talking about this, but oh well, I talk about what I want to talk about, when I want to talk about it, and everything, is, are we not the fallen angels? Did we not get distracted by certain stuff? But I do believe there's things beyond the veil that are helping, and I do believe Project Bluebeam is, I do believe there's things that could come and contact, not in the way people think, personal contact and different things that are coming in. But I do believe, I said this the other day, I do believe Project Bluebeam is another agenda that the New World Order were trying to put out because they knew this day would come as it speeds up with different things. People are getting contact in different ways, not the way we think that's perceived on the movies. So they have to put that out so you think, oh shit. I do actually believe in stuff like that. I do believe in Palladian guidance is actually on the Q map. Fourth dimensional negative entities are on the Q map above Pindar, you know, Pindar, the Council of 13, which is above the New World Order. So, and also at the top of it is Atlantis, Lemuria, which is that where we all originate from? And Mu. It's been in films, and that's on the side of technology / spirituality. So, you know, when they say science needs to come together with spirituality, it does. It needs to be in balance, because we've got pseudoscience, fake science, and this, that, and the other, and all the other stuff that I've talked about before, that history is a lie because there's certain things that have happened in history and they tried to cover it up to make it look like it never happened, or it was a certain, I don't know, race or whatever, when it's bollocks, folks. So just saying, you know, and it's there in religion as well. As you know, I'm not religious, but I believe in the Most High and I believe in a creator, but they twist it. They twist it. So just saying. Just saying. They're brainwashed the masses in such a way they have us acting like animals towards one another. Exactly, and it is sad. It is sad. Don't know if I got the wrong map, but I can't figure it out. I see 7. No, the thing is with the map, Jane Irish, is I've got 2 maps, both the same, but one of them's falling apart. When Q first came out, I got one map. I didn't know how to read it. I was like, what? But the more you research, you find it out. You go from the bottom. The basic thing of all the lies, what it's going against, at the bottom it says, follow the white rabbit, is exclusive order, human rights abuse. We've all been abused. The whole of humanity for decades has been abused. Once you start hearing about news that's coming out with the Q stuff, this, that, and the other, you look at it and you're like, oh yeah, you've got ancient aliens on this time. This is where a lot of people come to truth. A lot of people looked at the ancient aliens. They've looked at the pyramids. With Alex Jones is on here. David Icke. I just don't know about David Icke. I'm like, is he the Alex Jones of the UK, or is he not? I don't know. It's not like he's ringed off on it, but you've got the birth of the internet, you've got everything's on it. I go sort of up the middle and then off the side, because like I said, for those of you who don't know, Elon Musk is dangerous to humanity. Elon Musk is on Q as, I don't know if it's, we're not sure what he is. Don't forget there's people that are used out there as well. You know, they know what their gifts are and they use people. So yeah, so I don't know if he's under sort of, we're not quite sure. If you go on qmap.pub on Google, yeah, we know what Google is, but if you go on there, you'll see all the players and everything in this game. But from the bottom, it's human rights, because we've all been abused. You've got the white hats. You've also got the storm. You know, Trump said the storm coming. Above that, you've got the calm before the storm. That was in October the 5th, 2017. We were told that. Alex Jones says he's on some strange drugs. I don't trust Alex Jones anymore. I used to, but he's known as a traitor at the minute. Anyway, we've got Vegas massacre, pyramid sacrifice, fake news. We are transferring power from Washington, D.C. and giving it back to the people. That's a Trump organization. I can never say it. By the way, moderators have full authority to throw trolls out, because I'm not interested in trolls. I'm not saying anyone's in. I'm just saying, be aware. Then you've got MAGA. So that's Make America Great Again. That's going against. That means MAGA, Make America Great Again, because a lot of things that America was used as a petri dish, but that's the whole world as well, is human rights abuse. That's what they're going for. That's what Trump's going for, the trafficking of kids, the paedophilia, all that stuff. So above that, it goes. Above that is all the stuff that got in. Is Trump versus Hillary election, and then above that is Pizzagate, blackmail, paedophilia, sex trafficking, Obama birth certificate. That's just coming out now, even though we knew a bit ago about the whole, you know, Obama situation with that. Iraq invasion, Tower sacrifice, 9/11 goes in with that. George Bush. I mean, there's things that go off the side, but I'm just reading up the middle, because you read off the middle and it tells you what they've been doing as well. I'm not coming into chat right now at the minute. George Bush, Princess Diana, 1997, Queen sacrifice. All the sacrifices, because remember, they're satanical. Above that, you've got Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. Above that is a New World Order, because they were part of the New World Order that is being broken down. And I've heard that Bill's got arrested and we don't know where Hillary is at the minute. So just saying. That's what they were bringing in. That's why she never thought she'd lose, but they had to get into the pinnacle, but she didn't. There's a bit of a divine thing going on as well. Then you've got above that, Pindar, the Council of 13. This is in a triangle with Committee of the 300, the Round Table, think tanks, finance, researches. Above that, on the top of the pyramid, is Fourth dimensional negative entities. Now, if we're 3D and there's fourth dimensional negative entities, if you're into all this, we're supposed to be getting to 50. We want to surpass them. They're the ones that try and keep us down as well, with deep state and shadow government, if that's what you want to call it. Above that is Illuminati card game in 1982. Above that is Watergate, Richard Nixon. Above that is MK Ultra. We know about MK Ultra. Most of us been bloody MK Ultra. Above that is JFK assassination, King sacrifice. We've got the Tower sacrifice, the Queen sacrifice, the King sacrifice. Secret space program, Project Paperclip. A lot of us know about that. You know, Nazis' US citizenship. CIA 1943. I think it's a Langley, Virginia. It says. It's got things going off the side, but I'm not going off that. They got the Pentagon, which is inside that is Nazi Germany, Office of Strategic Services, Adolf Hitler above that. Then above that, you've got the Treaty of Versailles or something, 1919. Federal Reserve, and opposing that was the Titanic. That's why they sunk the Titanic, because there was people killed off opposition to the Federal Reserve. FBI 1908. Aleister Crowley is above that. Freemasonry, Baphomet, Zionist, Rothschilds, Declaration of Independence, July the 4th, 1776. Above that is the Pope Clementines, suppression of the Society of Jesus, Black nobility above that, the Jesuits, Society of Jesus, which was God's soldiers, but that all goes into war and violence and to do with the popes and stuff like this, where the Vatican and the Catholicism is at the top of it. Because, like I said the other day, if there was things that were put into our realm, this game that we come to play, even with bits of religion, what it once was, you know, people going about the genes and this, and they know what it once was for the better. Like I said, people got infiltrated. I can never say infiltrated. It got infiltrated. The Freemasons got I can't even say it. I don't even know. I can't say it, infiltrated. So they took it because they knew anything good. They knew to go in. New Age stuff, they went in there. It's all there. New Age stuff, they went in that side of it. Anything that came out, they got in there. That's what I'm saying at the beginning of this chat. They got in all the movements. Black Lives Matters. They've got in the, you know, feminist movements. They've got in any movement going, transgender movements. They've gone in underneath. So people think they're doing the right thing, but at the bottom of it, there's an agenda. Because these people have got in there, these fake, how would you say it? New shoes, you know, what rhymes with new shoes? The fake ones, the Khazarian mafia, whatever. And a part of them, a lot of Hollywood and this, that, and the other. And that's why, like I said at the beginning, they pump stuff out so our kids watch it. Who are the most vulnerable? Children. Who are the most vulnerable when they're watching things on social media because things go into their brain and they want to follow the trends? The children. That's why Putin said the UK can't even look after themselves because they can't even look after the children. President Trump said, went for the children. Q said, President Trump. Yeah, President Trump met Alex Jones, but what you've got to realize about President Trump, he's met a lot of people. It doesn't mean he's for them people, because Trump is part of the Q team. They know about it. He's up as a traitor. I know there's disinformation as well, but yeah, don't forget, Alex Jones talked about Tommy Robinson. Alex Jones talked about a load of things that David Icke talks about, a load of people that they go, oh yeah, he's talking about that, so he must be good. There's disinformation. There's people that talk about stuff. That's why I say don't believe what I'm saying, go and research. But they're doing it to reel you in. So Alex Jones used to be all over Q. Then he did stuff on Tommy Robinson. I liked Alex Jones. Then he fell off Q and said it was rubbish and this, that, and the other. So all the people that believed in Q, because and the ones that liked Tommy Robinson as well, all fell off Q because they thought Alex was telling the truth. If you get what I'm saying, they know how to play the game. And he was always advertising bloody, and not saying you don't advertise stuff, but that bloody, what was it, that food stuff, I don't know. But just saying, you know, check out qmap.pub on and go through that. Go through that. Yeah, they hate women more than anything because they can have babies. Yeah, we can reproduce. I'm not being funny. You look at the Dark Crystal film. Q shouted that film out. I did a rundown on it, and then the book came out. Q said that film, and I was like, no way. In that film, you can look at it quite a lot of ways. The mystics are the woman, and the skeptes are the men. Skeptics. They didn't want, they were scared, like, they came together at the end. It's all about merging energies. Everything is energy. It's all about balance. It's never been in balance. I'm telling you now, there wouldn't have been a lot of man-made wars if women were ruling the world. Not that we should be ruling the world. It's about men and women coming together in balance. You know, there's a lot of men out. I don't mean men, real men. They don't want the women joining. They don't want women's, you know, women think they're free, but we still have been suppressed. Like this whole agenda that's coming in with it now to mess it up is because they don't want us. I get a lot of crap on here because I'm sure it's because I'm a woman saying stuff. If it was a man, men would listen more. Oh, it's a woman. What does she know? Oh, sorry. I'm human as well, or maybe I'm not. You know, can I not research and look around and put stuff out? But it's always men that seem to come in trolling more than women. Do you know what I mean? And I'm not saying anyone about anyone in here, because the men that come in here know, and you're very good, you know. And it's all that thing of they want women hating on men, and they want men hating on women. That's another agenda. So all the feminazis turn into women, because the feminazis are not the true feminists who love the men. We want strong men back. We want them men that protected us, and you know, and men want, I do believe men want them women. They want feminine women. They want women who, I don't mean in a sexist way. We want that sort of old time back, but sort of, you know what I'm talking about. I can't even, yeah. All divide and conquer, exactly. I'm a reptilian. Nah, I think I'm more a Palladian. I think I'm more, I don't know. Maybe I am, but reptilians aren't all bad, are they? It's like I said, there's good Jews, there's bad Jews. There's good Muslims, there's bad Muslims. There's good Christians, and there's bad Christians. So at the end of the day, if there are beings out there, you know, are you good or you bad? What are your intentions at the end of the day? Yeah. Roxanne, you know, at the end of the day, I don't even know what I'm talking about now, but yeah, basically, us real women out here want real men, and that's why it's so hard, because so many are brainwashed, but vice versa as well. So many women are brainwashed. So the men and the women, this is what they want. They don't want us getting on. They don't want us reconnecting and producing and having kids. They want other people from other countries all producing and having loads of kids, because they're brainwashed. They're easy to control. Fact, it's out there if you watch it. But they don't want strong people having babies, the ones that stand out. They're having the next generations of kids that stand out, because we are like the, you know, I was into Star Wars as a kid. I was into all those films, Lord of the Rings, the ones that were always going up against evil, you know, the all seeing eye, because we are the resistance. That film's coming out this September, I think. The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, I think it's called, coming out. Can't wait, because we are the resistance. So they don't want people standing up. Tough, because we all are standing up. That's why everybody's got to stand up on every platform. You've got a platform, start speaking out. You don't have to be on YouTube. You could be just putting little, as we say, like star seeds, putting little whispers in your friends' ears, think you're mad, whatever. But the thing is, it's true. You know, if we never stood up to say something, then it's consent saying that it's okay. The Illuminati, whoever you want to call them, those beyond whatever, they have said, it was in a cartoon ages ago, to stop this, all you've got to say is, we don't stand for it anymore. You've got to rise. And if people think it's mad and come on my show thinking it's mad, it's like, look out there, look in France, look everywhere. What are the yellow vests doing? Why are yellow vests kicking off all over the world right now? Because they're rising against the regime, because the regimes are being brought down, fact. But people can't see it, because they're watching the news and believing what the news are saying about it. Just like the boats in Iran. Is it oil that are on the boats? Is it? Are they trafficking something? Is it oil? They're in panic, which stands for, let me see if I can get this right. Patriots are now in control. Is that right? Can I spell? Patriots are now in control. Yeah, a boom, boom. So, just saying. Yeah, I'm just off on one now. Don't even know what's coming out of my mouth. So, like I said, please check. Posey, what did I say her name was? I'm just, you know. Posey Parker out. Posey Parker, please check her channel out. She talks about all the transgender stuff. She's a real feminist, not a feminazi, not someone who's paid from Soros or the Rothschilds or whoever is paying that thing. She's a proper woman who knows what's going on. This is what I say. She probably doesn't even know about Q, but Q's talked about this. This is why I say it's all adding up. The dots are all joining. We need to do an interview with her or something. She's great. She's, yeah, go girl. you know, and that's not hating on men. That's just hating on the thing that they're trying to do to us as men and women who are strong. They're trying to divide us. They're trying to divide on every level. I have said before, you go and watch the film, 10 minutes, Q Plan Save the World. They're going against gender. They're going against religion, and they're going against race. It's a fact. So anyone comes into my chat later on and comments, it doesn't matter if you don't believe in Q. You look out in the world today, and that is what's going on. Divided, you know, united we stand, divided we fall. That's how they do it. Fact. So I'm on one, you know. But I do believe maybe the woke show should have a chat on this. I know they tried to suppress it, but you know. But I'd say go and check that channel out. So I don't know if anyone can get the link, because I'm really rubbish at putting links in, and can throw it up in the chat 007, because it's you who sent me to it. But the one I liked was, she's great anyway, but the one I was watching about cognitive dissonance was good, because obviously that's what Trump and Q shout out was. Well, you can just go to a channel and look for that one, but she did, Rosie Parker did the vid on cognitive dissonance, gaslighting, and fuckwits, which I thought was really funny. Thank you.
I think she meant carless people. I'm not sure.
But if you watch that, she goes on about when she went somewhere to chat about, it must have been a feminist thing, and she stood up and was like, no, and she ripped a poster off the wall, and she went, do you know what this stands for? It was great. So please check it out. Check it out. And if you like her, support her, thumbs up and all that. The feminist movement were created by the cultural Marxism as a whole. Yeah. See, people go on about some sort of, people get triggered by this. Multicultural today, it's not the same. It's not the same. I had a friend around last night talking about schools, and because there's so many different multicultural things and kids in different schools, they can't do that because someone's coming from another country. So we can't do this now because they don't like it, because it's not in their religion, and it's messing everything up. This is why Trump said he's not racist. He said, if you don't like the country, if you don't like America, go. There's the door. If you don't like the UK, go. If you can't abide by our rules or things that we do in school, we don't have to change it. Stay where you are, because it's not working. It's a fact, it's not working. We're not saying don't come here, because that side does work. People can mix of different, you know, races and all that. But when you bring in your own laws and different things that you don't do in your country, but, you know, you do in your country, but we don't do here, it doesn't work. It can't mix. It just fucks everything up. But that's what they're doing, because that's what they want. They want us all messed up, easy control, and everything going to shit, basically. Fact. But good job we've got Q, isn't it? You know, and the great people and patriots of this plane and other things beyond the veil that some people, you know, choose to not, you know, believe in, but that's fine. You know, if you don't understand, then you don't see it, do you? Think about all these groups and movements. I made them to divide us all. They are very active. Yeah, they are. And like I said, Q Plan Save the World says you're right there, slap bang in your face of the three movements as well. But people just poo-hoo it. It's good to be single, but at the end of the day, we all need to be loved. It's just fine. That's what we were saying about the film that I said. What was the film with Matt Damon and 007 did a really good video on it. But that's what I'm saying. Maybe we're meant to be alone right now because we're not finding the right people, because I do believe devil is making men use and abuse women to cause women to reject men as partners. Exactly, Christopher. That is what's going on. Brilliant. That is what's going on. What Christopher just said. You know, the devil, whatever you want to call that, the elites, the whatever, however you want to say it, is making men use and abuse women to cause women to reject men as partners. And that's not, I could say I went a little bit like that. It's like I just don't want to on my own now. But now I see it more like maybe we have to be till the right person comes along. I couldn't get with someone who's brainwashed because that's what they think. But, you know, I don't believe us as beings, whatever we are meant to be on our own. Maybe we're meant to be on our own right now, but yeah, we've got to resonate with the right frequency. And that's why I look back at past relationships and think I was trying to pretend to myself, but looking back now, it's like I wasn't on the Hi, I wasn't on the right frequency. They weren't on. You can't be with someone on the wrong frequency. It just buffers off. If you're like la 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 la, and that's like, and you're like la la la, it's like ding. You're not going to be together in the end. That's why there's a lot of relationships breaking down now. In the side of the beyond the veil, that's why they say there's a lot of things breaking down. People walking from jobs, people coming out relationships, things happening because it's breaking it away. It's purging away from that frequency. People know when they're in relationships, they stay there. I've done it. I've been in abusive relationships and everything, narcissistic, and I've stayed there thinking, oh, and I've looked back and what was I doing? I wasn't, well, not on the right frequency. Oh, they might have been good looking, so I was not on the right frequency. But you pretend to yourself because you're looking at mainstream media and Facebook and, oh, look at all the happy couples putting all the pictures all over Facebook and because they want to look like the celebrities. Those celebrities aren't happy, half of them. And even the people on Facebook, half of them doing that. It's just a picture. Know yourself first, love yourself. Then when you get with a partner that's balanced in frequency, that's going to be what's the right word? You're going to benefit each other. You're going to be in the right frequency, but always love yourself, because if that person, something happened or they did go, you're not giving your everything, because it's give and take, it's balance. But you're not going to feel so depleted and empty if that person did go, because you know yourself and you love yourself. You don't need someone to fill that void. Fill the void in you first. And then when that person comes along, it'll be stronger and much better for both of you. And that person should be like that with themselves. People come looking for each other. I've done it. People have done it with me. Oh, she's all positive and I need a bit of that. No, build yourself up with positivity and love for yourself. Be that shining example to yourself. And then when you get together, can you imagine how amazing it will be? You can be with each other, but you don't want each other that way. Does anyone get what I'm saying? I can't really explain it properly, but you'll be. This is why we said about the film, The Adjustment Bureau. If you watch that, and what we were saying about is, so if you do come together like that with two people that know their self and love their self and don't need to be grabbing on someone else's energy to bring them up all the time, because they've got it in themselves. They've got that energy and the right frequency and the right love for themselves. When you do that, they don't want us doing that. That's why they're trying to break us apart. They don't want you to find your, I don't know, soulmate, twin flame, or whatever people call it out. There's many different names. If you're the person you're meant to be with, because I do believe there's a person you're meant to be with, but I do see past relationships as a learning. Like I said, we're in a school, but not the school that you go to at school. Can you imagine out the frequency? Because don't forget, everything's frequency out there, and it comes into manifestation and love and everything. So if you come together like that, two people like that know, can you imagine? They don't want that. That's magical. That energy is so strong. Oh, they can't be doing with that. They want you miserable in abusive relationships, so and so and so on. So if anyone on this channel has broke up with anyone, see it like that. Look deep inside yourself. I had to do this, and I had to think, Jack, what are you screaming at? Oh, hang on a minute. Jack couldn't see, he had a blanket on his head. So yeah, they want us divided. Everything's to divide. So, if you've just come out of a relationship, you're feeling sorry for yourself, really go deep inside, write it down, whatever. I had to do this. What is it you loved about that person? Was it just because you felt lonely and you needed someone? I used to do that, all that sort of stuff. Do you really you need to love yourself first. It doesn't work. The right person will come when you love yourself. But that's what I believe in that film, The Adjustment Bureau. That's what it was all about. They were saying they didn't need to be together, but at the end of the day, you tested on a lot of grounds. If you keep getting back with people, the same sort of people in the same situation, because you're just doing it out of loneliness, hence why I've been on my own for a few years and enjoyed it, the universe will keep knocking you on the head and giving you bad situations. It's trying to tell you in a message, this isn't right, so yeah, they have been psychologically attacking us for all decades. Yes, they have. Used everything available. Yeah, social media created to get people hooked, dependent, addicted to it. Result is emotional relationship divisions. Exactly. And then you've got all this crap on TV. Like, sorry if anyone watches it, because I don't watch TV. This Love Island shit. oh, it's just pretty girls and men, and it's showing you that they all cheat on each other, and you have to go for the ones with the ones who are very beautiful looking and all that crap. And you find out later on, yeah, they're doing it for money anyway, because they get money after, and then they've split up after anyway because they're all fucked up in the end. Do you know what I mean? That's all it's about. It's showing you that. And everything's just about looks, everything's just about this, everything's just about that. It's, you know, and all the kids want to follow the trend, and it's just ridiculous. And then people are asleep anyway. So, you know, on that show. So, yeah. I'm in recovery for narcissistic abuse, and I refuse to ever experience that again. Right, Moon Babe, I was in a narcissistic relationship, proper. That's why I've been on my own. You know, I'll put it out here. I've been on my own since Finn was 5 weeks pregnant. Yeah, said see you later. Yeah, heartbreaking. But at the end of the day, I know now what those traits are. And I know now my worth. And I know now I would never, ever put up with that shit again in my life. And I could see it coming a mile away. I'd never put up with that. Narcissistic people hardly ever change either. So that will be a lesson to you to look for those signs next time. Don't think, oh, it's this, that, and the other. Just don't go there. Don't go there. Yeah, it is okay to be single. People go, oh, is something wrong with you? It's like, no, I don't want to just be with someone so it's convenient or it's easier for me, or just because I'd rather be on my own and happy, because I've got kids to keep me busy anyway, and great people in chat and people that I talk to behind the scenes and friends. I'd rather be on my own and happy than in a relationship and miserable just because, and I want to make it look like I'm dead happy and all that. No, I'd rather wait for that great person to come in, you know, than just have someone there just for what? Just for convenience? Just for they've got money? Just for, no, I'd rather struggle. So what? I'd rather know myself more to know what I really want, because that's what it's all about. It's about looking back, cutting those cycles of that. I used to get with the same sort of people constantly because the universe was knocking on my head going, oh, you want a bit more of this because that's the frequency you're putting out. You're going to get with another person who's like that, and they're going to treat you like crap because you're putting it out there. Now I'm like, ooh, I cut that one off. It's not cycles that we go around, and you can cut your karmic cycles. You don't have to keep going around. You've got to look, you've got to learn. This is what it's about. This is what it's about in this game. Cut that cycle. So be happy that maybe you're not with this person anymore. Look forward to someone coming into your life that, you know, is going to be more on a frequency. That's gone. That's in the past. You will see it coming. Just turned 6 years in. Yeah. Don't forget, there's all stuff out there that people are single and they go out sleeping about and this, that, and the other, and then think, you know, and then it just brings your energy down and this, that, and the other. I mean, it's each to your own and all that, but yeah, it's a psychopathic side of narcissism that is the problem. Yeah, a narcissist with feelings and the ability to emphasize is not a problem. Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? You will see those traits and those patterns. It's about patterns when they come to not. If you choose to go into that again just because you're feeling lonely, you know, oh, this person will do. This person will do. You don't want someone who will do. You want someone who's going to lift you and you're going to lift them, and it's all in balance. You know what I mean? But you don't need, I don't know what the right word is. Just don't be needy. You know. Yeah, and it does change you. It's changed me as a person. I've grown out of that situation. The situations you go through, they seem very bad at the time, but months after, years after, you realise, you know what, you would say, I would say now, I wouldn't change the situation, even though it was heartbreaking and it's hard. I'm not lying, it's hard, but I wouldn't change it because it's changed me as a person for the better, to be stronger, to speak up more, to know when I see these patterns, to never put myself in that situation again. But if you don't look at that, you're going to keep putting yourself in that situation and keep going in that cycle. Then you're going to wonder why. You're going to be one of them people who say, why does it always happen to me? Why do I always, why? That's what happens. So, I thank God for my precious wife. She's amazing. That's brilliant, Christopher. And if you found somebody, vice versa, a great woman or a great man, hold on to them so tightly, because I'm telling you now, the dating game is very hard. I'm walking around pop people. If I was, you know, trying to date, I can't be with anyone who's not awake to something. Do you know what I mean? It's just so hard. And if you found a great person, hopefully you'll both hang on to each other, because not in a needy way, you know what I mean? But you know a good person when you see one. Revolution, you will be at the right place at the right time. Don't give up. Yeah, I believe that as well. You're at the right time. Everything happens for a reason, as in, and there's no coincidences. You know, so, you know, someone will come along when the time is right. That's for anyone in chat as well. Just believe it. And you know, I met my wife 29 years ago. Every day has been perfect, and that's how it should be. People go, oh, we're always arguing. It shouldn't be hard work. I mean, yeah, I know there's bits and bobs, but really, they say that if you're on the right frequency, it's not going to be that hard, is it? How can it be? What type of guy do I think I'm compatible with? I don't know anymore. I sort of like a bit of a Viking type. I've always said that, and a bit jokingly as well. But I think you just know when you know. You know when you know. Yeah, it has to be a friend and a partner, exactly. And they have to be awake. They can't be asleep. Can you imagine that? I just wouldn't be able to have a conversation. Can you imagine? I'd be like, feeling suppressed again. No, thank you. I don't know. Too many actors out there with selfish motives. Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of women and men out there. They're all good looking, and you know, they do this, that, and the other, and you know, they're a bit fake, aren't they? You know, they're trying to just get people for different, you know. Yeah, but that's a bit like Gotta Be Sexy and Fit. They're like the only fake ones out there with all the, you know, trying to vice versa, men, you know, being, and women like, oh, I just want you for the money and the thing. And then you find out you're getting with some people, you know, some people can be really good looking on the outside, they're not very nice on the inside. But if you want something like that, it's a bit like, it's not going to last very long, is it? No, not squares. Yeah. Yeah, I need a Viking. I like a strong man, I know that. I like tattoos, I know that. Not saying they have to have tattoos. I just like a real man. I like a man to be a man who can stick up for himself and could get in a brawl if he needed to, can look after himself, but also someone who looks after his woman. I'm going to be a bit like that and treats her like a princess, treats her like a queen. But if someone treated me like a queen, I'd treat them like my king, because that's in balance. You're my king and I'm your queen. It's not one over the other. Just saying, you know. Where do we learn to be romantic? Do we learn from books? We sort of do in a sense, but isn't it what we are? Isn't love that thing that you want to give when you're with someone on the right frequency? It just comes naturally, because it always has done to me. Yeah, Bonnie M, I've had that so much. I've gone out and I'm like, I can't. This is really funny. I'll just say this now because it is really funny. You need a man to be a man when you need him to be a man. Yeah, a friend when you need him to be a friend, and a lover when you need him to be a lover. Exactly. That is so funny. I can go out and someone will talk to me and I cannot talk normal talk. I'm just like, did you know? Blah, 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 blah. And they're like, it's like men go, oh my God, she's talking about, because let's face it, it's not really politics, is it? It's what's behind it. But they're like, oh, a woman's talking like, oh my God, she knows more than me. And a guy came up to me the other week, sat across from a table in a pub, and he went, how are you single? How do you know all this stuff? He went, I'm just going to come and sit next to you. He came around the table and sat next to me, and he's like this. How do you know all this stuff? Went, oh my God. He went, I don't know, that's probably why I'm single, because most men go, one guy said he was into conspiracy theories, right? This is hilarious. So I went, so am I. So I tried to truth smack him, and yeah, he just disappeared because he didn't like what I was saying, but he was into conspiracies and all sorts of different things. But when I came in with what I knew, he was like, you're a bit weird. And I was like, I thought you knew about so-called conspiracy theories. I was like, oh, okay. I don't want a normal conversation. I don't want a mundane, boring, what happened on Coronation Street? You know, who cares? That's not real life, is it? Yeah, people walk away, their eyes go glazed, don't they? Go, or you get people who are like, wow, tell me more. Oh, it's good when you get people like that, but it is quite funny. I can't, it just comes out of my mouth. I can't not say something, even if it's one thing, and then someone goes, tell me more. And I'm like, I'll tell you more. I'll tell you everything. Everybody thinks I'm a man the way I speak. Well, started talking about all this stuff, people like, yeah, me too. It's the look that it is the look they sort of go, it's a glazed look, they go, yeah, I'm just going, let's go and get another drink. Come back in a minute. And they don't come back. But one day it will happen where this person goes, tell me more. And they'll be like, yeah, I'm into it too. And we'll be like, yes, connection. Let's talk with our eyes as well. Let's not be like this trying to have a conversation. Let's look in each other's eyes. Nobody looks in each other's eyes. I'm sure you get downloads in your eyes as well. You know, people don't do that. So it's like, come on. You know, I'm talking truth. So that was funny. Yeah, you were ready for it. Oh, I've been giving it a chance, but I don't go out a lot. So if you don't go out a lot, you know, like there's no knight in shining armor knocking on my door. But it's a bit like this. I'm not bothered at the minute. It's a bit like I am and I'm not. It's like it'll happen. There is something going on somewhere with something a bit odd that somebody somewhere around the corner from me is a bit like keep bumping into, and it's like, is this an accident? And it's like, but like I said, a good person will come along when it's the right time, you know. You need a gardener. I do the garden myself. No, it's not. There's not really anything there. It's just like, you know, when things happen, you're like, I keep bumping into this person, like, they're saying hi and stuff, and it's not really anything there. You need a Viking guy. Yeah, I could have a Viking gardener. I did meet a Viking guy, but he was a bit young. He was too young, really. And I was like, lovely, really lovely guy. But I know people say age it, but I mean, 14 years too young. I just like, no, I've been there, done that, no. Yeah, you're better off being yourself than blinded by the truth. Exactly. Or I hope you do. Yeah, I don't know who's coming to the meetup, but I hope you do. It's going to be weird. I'm quite nervous because obviously everyone sees me, Roxanne, and 007 because 007 will be on Skype. I know Roxanne's quite used to talking to people out there, sort of. She's quite good like that, but it's just weird because obviously I see some of your pictures, but I haven't met people in person. But I know it'll be good. Because like I said, it's not just a flat earth meetup, it's whatever, you know, under the dome of conspiracies. So everyone will talk about everything. And it's just basically meet up to see people's faces, have a drink, have a laugh, see that most of the big thing I see as, and hopefully it'll move forward with it and other people will join with, I mean, it's like this woman doing that feminist thing, brilliant, it's just to see, it's just to show that we're connecting. They don't want us connecting. We're connecting. You're connecting with people that feel the same way as you. We basically want you to know you're not alone. So it doesn't matter what thing you're coming with, what, you know, angle you're coming with on if you're into Q, if you're not, but you know about the other things with agendas, and if you are, it's about coming together. It's the 17th of August. It's in Stockport. It is over on 007's channel, Roxanne the Globalist and the Really Woke Show. If you haven't been over to the Really Woke Show channel, please go over, subscribe, and check out where it's at. It's basically just a meet up for us to meet, and hopefully we'll do things with it as well. It will hopefully progress into other stuff, with other things, maybe, who knows? We'll put it out there in the ether. But it's just to show people that you are not alone out there, because people do feel alone. There's people like you that are normal, people call crazy, but then again, we're not normal, are we? We're mad, but that's a good compliment. And also, it's the first meetup with me and Roxanne in person. We've never met in person. So we talk every day. Me, Rox, and 00 talk every day behind the scenes about stuff. We watch films together on Skype and all this and talk about everything. But me and Roxanne, I mean, we haven't met double, but we hope we will one time because he's not in the UK. But hoping, you know, we'll film it, the first live meetup of me and Roxanne, two women coming together with 00 on Skype. meeting two mummies, you know, doing the same sort of thing, meeting. It should be fun. I don't know what to do. I'll be like, wow. So yeah, so it'd be great to meet people that have been on my chat for a while, mods, everything, Rachel, Dave, Tapper, because Tapper's been in for such a long time. Other people that are coming, I don't know who's coming. I think we're going to have to write a list down, because it's going to be like, right, so who's, well, I know who Dave Modi was and Rachel, and who's, like, if I haven't seen your face, so who's, we'd have to have a list of people, because we'd be like, who's who? Do a round table chat. Yeah, I think the table's oblong, but I mean, even if there's only a handful of people, because we don't know who's seen it, who's coming, it's just being put out there. It is a bit, we have thrown it out there quite quick, so it might not give people time to sort of stuff out, but hopefully in the future we'll give you a lot more time. But it's just, you never know. I might meet somebody, who knows? And they'll be awake, because it's the Awake Show meeting, you know? So someone's talking foreign, haven't got a clue what you're saying. If you're being nice, hello. If not, can't read what you're saying anyway, so it don't make no difference. So, yeah. Yes, I'll be giving you a big hug, Dave. I'll be giving Rachel a hug. I'll be giving Tapper a hug. Anyone who wants a bit of energy, you know, like I said. So it should be good. And we will film bits of it. We're not going to put people on film who don't want to be on film, so just know that. Don't be worried. We'll be asking you. If you don't, you don't. If you do, you can come in. But if you don't, we will be filming bits of it, but we won't put you in it. And we'll be filming me and Roxanne meeting, because obviously people are going to want to see that in the America and everywhere, that us two meeting in person. So I can't wait. More than anything, it's going to be a big energy thing, because like I said, the main thing of this first meetup, it's not like we're giving a big conference or anything. We're just meeting people for a drink. We can have chats about different stuff, what's going on. You know, Roxanne the Globalist now is really good on the stuff that she does on her channel. You know, some of it goes right over my head. You know, I'm into the Q stuff, but different things. We're meeting in Stockport. Like I said, if you go over to 007's channel, The Really Woke Show, and Roxanne the Globalist now, the premiere's up there. You can see where it is. There is premiere-ins around there, and actually where the actual, if you're coming into Manchester and you're getting a train to Stockport, because Stockport is literally not that far away from Manchester at all, there is a train station into Stockport. When you get off the train in Stockport, you literally walk down past McDonald's, across the road, literally the marketplace in Stockport is there. It's dead easy. It's really easy to find. We might be going to, there's a Viking bar we might go to after, if we all make it there. But a Viking bar, you know, but it's just basically to have a meet up, to have a chat, because we can't have the normal chats, can we? To meet everybody face to face, to show everybody that we're supporting you, you're supporting us, and to show the support on YouTube as well, that we are real people. We're not bots, we're not holograms or whatever. We're real people with the same sort of interests, maybe slightly different. It doesn't mean that we're all resonating exactly on the same thing, but we all know we've been lied to, and we all want to show support, and we all want to show you that you are not alone. Basically, that's what it's about. What is the obsession with Vikings? I don't know. I just always had that thing, because I've always been into fantasy films and this, that, and the other. Vikings are so as strong men. Yeah, you'll go on about, oh, do you know they used to? Yeah, I don't know. It's just it's that manly man thing, isn't it? Like I said before, I want a man who's a man, but I want a man who can look after the woman as well. You be my king and I'll be your queen. Treat each other the same. Balance. That's probably the thing. I don't know. And I did have a little bit of a thing for Thor, you know. I know he's probably not good, but, you know, Thor films, because I'm into me Marvel films, you know. Marvel films, Star Wars films, Transformers, Lord of the Rings, Game of Thrones, all that sort of stuff. So I've always been into that as a kid, by the way. So, yeah. It's not my fault I'm into all that. Oh, I do like a Viking. Yeah, so I'm just saying, it doesn't mean the person has to be a Viking, but, you know. Anyway, so I'm going to go, because I'm rambling and gone off subject, but please do check out the lady that I told you to go and check out. The link was in the chat. 13th Warrior. I don't know, but I've seen Vikings with Ragnar, and I am watching The Last Kingdom at the minute, which is rather good. The Mankini in a Viking wig, is it? Yeah. We are all Vikings. Yeah, exactly. People need to expand their thinking. You keep your enemies close. Yeah, just like Trump said, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. And say that Trump is a listener. absorbs information. Yeah, I've got the Trump book from years ago. The Art of the Deal, not Wars, because wars are man-made. He said, you keep your friends close and your enemies closer so you know what they're up to. And that's exactly what he did over time. And that's why there's a plan. Just saying. What time is it starting? I think it's 2 o'clock. I'm not sure. You know, I'll probably stay overnight. Yeah, Rachel, there's I'll find out who's going. I know Tapper's going. There's a premiere in right round the corner from the train station. It's right near the market. There's little pubs and things and all that. And I'm not that far away, so it's not going to take us long. But yeah, we will be talking about this. I think we'll have to come and talk about it so everybody knows properly what's going on. So I'm going to go. It's absolutely peeing it down. I'm supposed to be getting on with a few bits. So I'll probably go and catch up with Roxanne now. We'll probably do another little premiere thing about what it's about and this, that, and the other. But please go and check out yet again. I'll check Roxanne's channel for postcode. Yeah. If it's not there, let us know and we'll put some more info in because I don't think all the info's in. Enjoy your day. Yeah, I'll enjoy your day too. So the woman's channel, it was Posy Parker. It was Posy Parker. It was really great. I don't need to practice that. I've got this. I've got a bow and arrow. Brings, oh, hang on, it's the rain. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I don't need an axe. I've got a bow and arrow, so, you know. Oh, my God, it's so chucking it down outside. Bring some Scots and have a sheep toss. Just go and grab some people off the street if I want a sheep toss, you know, the sheeping, sleeping. Yeah, I actually wanted a pink one, but they didn't have any. But yeah, it's not an expensive one, but I have got one. So there you go. I was a bit obsessed with the old, you know, elves and things out of Lord of the Rings and all that, you know, with the bow and arrow. So yeah, I like that name in there, anonymous Palladian pilot. I do like the Palladians. So yeah, it probably will. So anyway, I'm off. I might be on tonight. I don't know. See what happens, you know. But I just thought I'd come in and throw that chat in there. You know, it's not getting at that side. It's getting at the agenda. So anyone who's watching who's offended, don't get offended and be wet. We're not talking about you as a person. We're talking about the agenda that's trying to divide. Yeah. So, and going for our kids, because basically that's what it's about, and we're fed up with it. So yeah, freak people out today. Look at them in their eyes and say out loud, "Have a great day." Yeah, freak people out by looking them in the eyes and smiling and saying, "Have a great day," and they all go, "Oh," they all like melt, don't they? So yeah. God bless you forever. Thank you. So see you soon. You know. And people keep coming and say they don't get notifications. I know that's what YouTube do. So, you know, you just have to keep checking. Yeah, thanks all coming in for chat. You're all absolutely brilliant. And if you are coming to the meetup, I shall see you there.